Hi guys, good day and welcome back to my channel. My name is Philip. So we'll be making
You're
this
going to have your
an
pattern paper
asymmetric micro
unfold.
skirt. It's
Then
micro
I'll
because it's
get
way
the
shorter
length.
than
The total
mini skirt,
length
but
I want
mine
to
is not
use
going
for
to be
this
that
is 17
short. Mine
inches.
is
It
just going
doesn't
to be
have
a
a
normal
band.
mini skirt
So
length, not
17,
short,
the
short,
upper part
and
is
not
going to
long,
be
long.
10
So if this
inches.
is
Then the
what you would
the
love to learn,
pleated
please make sure
part
to
is
stay
going to
tuned, like
be
and be
7
sure.
inches. So I
So
will place my tape from the waist
we'll be
part
drafting
because it
the
doesn't have
skirt
a
part. It has
waistband.
a
That's why I
pleat.
did not
Sorry, I
remove
forgot to
any
mention that
waistband,
the down part
and
is
get
pleated, while the
11
asymmetric
inches,
part, that
10
part is just
inches
your
for my
normal
skirt length
skirt.
and 1
So I'll
inch
be
for the
drafting
joining
just
allowance.
your
So I
normal
have
skirt
there
before we now
total
cut
of
it out to be
11
in that
inches for my
asymmetric form,
skirt length
then the
minus
pleat.
that
So this is my
this thing.
pattern. I'm
So
using
I
lining,
got
not hand twisted.
7.5 inches
So
for
I'm
my
using
hip
lining and
location instead of 8 inches. Why I use 7 inches is because this is a very short skirt, so you don't need the hip to be long. So that is my full length hip and waist. Remember, like I said, I didn't remove 2 inches for the band. So I got my hip circumference, then I added 1 inch allowance. I got my skirt waist, then I also added 1 inch allowance. So whatever total you have on your hip, that is 12. I on my full length I marked 11.5 instead of 12. You don't even need it. You need to just bring it down. That is 12. Then you connect your hip to your waist, then to your waist to your hip, and hip to your full length. So this is what I have. You avoid it not to have that curvy, not to make the waist, sorry, the hip to be too curvy, because this is a very short skirt and we are going to be cutting it in an asymmetric form. So this is what I have. I'm going to cut it as, please, you should cut it on fold. So this is it. I'm going to trim off the waist part very well. So I'll just extend that hip location to the other part. You just have to fold it because it's transparent. I'm just going to follow the hip line to extend it to the other part of the hip, so that when I open it up, I'll know where the hip is and all that. So this is what you need. This is how it's going to look. This is the front pattern. So on the hip line, that is I want my asymmetric to be on the left hand side. So from the hip right side, I went down from the hip by 1 inch, then connected it slantly to the left hand side. So like I said, the hip part from the left, I went down by 1 inch, or you can just do half inch. I later did half inch because this skirt is very short. Then just connected it slantly the way you see me cutting it. Sorry that the camera didn't get that part very well. So this is how it's going to look. So here I'll be cutting it on my fabric. I have this fabric that I wanted to use to make skirts. That is a jean that I wanted to use to make a dress. That is a jean fabric, and it's 1 yard, I guess, but it will not be enough for the dress. I didn't see one part of this dress, so I'm just going to use it to make the skirt. So you just have to get 1.5 yard for this. So this is the back part of the dress, which I'm using to cut my dress. So I'm cutting it on fold. I'm cutting the front and the back together. But if you are making this, please, you have to cut the front and the back separately, because the back has a dart, which I didn't add any dart here, but I later ended up adding that after making it. So cut your back separately and add extra 1 inch allowance to the back for your dart. The front doesn't have a zipper, so the back and front, the only difference that will be between the back and front is that 1 inch dart that you are going to add. So that was what I didn't do here. So but if you're cutting it, please add that. But I later ended up adding that because I still had enough space, enough allowance. That's why I added that after making it, because it was folding at the back. So this is what I have. I have the back and front, they are just equal. So the next thing now, we are going to cut the pleated part. The pleated part, like I said, is going to be 7 inches. The wideness is going to be 7 inches. Then the length is 90. The length of mine is 90, but you will need up to 120 for this if you have enough fabric. And I later ended up joining it. So I'm going to measure it and cut it. So I will measure 7 inches out. I'll make sure that I have 7 inches. It's going to plus the folding and everything is 7 inches. But if you have enough fabric, make it 8 inches. So after folding it, you will have 7 inches. So this is what I have. I'm going to cut it straight, place it and cut another one. So I had up to 3 this thing. The length of mine is, total length is 195. Please, if you have enough fabric, make it 100 or 120, 110, something like that. So I'll still place it and cut out another this thing. So at this point, I wasn't having enough fabric, but I had to like start joining some pieces to get me up to that 95 inches. That is the length of my pleats. That is the one I'm going to pleat. So this is it. I'm just demonstrating how it's going to be, which I noticed that it will not be enough, so I still had to like start cutting again. So the next thing now, we are going to cut a facing for the skirt. Remember that it doesn't have a band, so we are going to cut something like a facing, just the way you normally cut a facing for your top, so for your neck. So we are going to place it. I'm going to place it and cut a facing. I'm going to place it, that part that is on fold, the facing part to there is on fold, so I'm going to mark it. Then the length is just 2 inches or 3 inches. This is what I have. I'm going to cut 2 pieces of this. The length is 2 inches or 2.5 inches, so I'm cutting exactly. The facing should be like half inch longer than the skirt. That is at the waist. It should be, if your waist is 8 inches on fold, make it 8.5. Make the facing 8.5. So I'll have 2 inch pieces for the facing. That is the back. So this is how we are going to attach the facing. Then just so before you attach the facing, you are going to get your back skirt, the back of your skirt. Then get it, place it on fold. Then at the waist part, the side that is folded, remember that this skirt is on fold. We are cutting even the back on folded. It has only a side zipper, it doesn't have a back zipper. So from that folded part, from the center back, mark 1 inch from the waist, mark 1 inch down, then slant it from the waist, mark 1 inch down, then slant it to the side seam, just the way you remove a zipper bulge. Because if you don't do this, it's going to fold at the waist part. The back is going to be folding. So for you to remove to avoid that bulging, you have to like fold it and remove 1 inch, slant it, connect slantly to the waist part. Sorry that I didn't show this part. It was after making it that I noticed that it was bulging. So once you are done doing that, you are going to get your front part and also place it on fold where it has a belt holder. So place it on fold and mark out 4 inches for the belt holder. So that is where my belt holder is going to be. It's going to be on the left hand side. So I'll place my fabric on fold and mark 4 inches. That 4 inches is going to be where my belt holder is going to be. So the belt holder, that is the belt holder, that is the place for the belt holder. I'm just trying to mark it out. From the center line, you just mark 4 inches. Once we are done doing that, we are going to mark out, we are going to be cutting out the belt, the belt that is attached to it, the belt that you are going to pass through. So the belt is going to be like 3 inches longer than the belt holder. So you just place your fabric from the side seam. You are going to measure 3 inches. The 3 inches is going to be the wideness of your belt. But once you get to 15 inches, because the total is 19 inches, you measure 19 inches. But once you get to 15 inches, you reduce it by 2. So I was making it in the other place, but it was not straight, so I had to do it. So I was measuring. Once I get to the point that's 15 inches tops, I reduce the 3 inches by 2. So that's why I have it coming out this. From that, the other point is wide, then this other point is a bit smaller. That is 3 inches from the wider side. Then when you get to 15 inches, you make it 2 inches to the rest, so you get to 19. So that was what I did here. So this is it. You place it on your skirt. This is what you will have. It's going towards the right. It's coming towards the right hand side to the left hand side. So this is how you are going to have it. Once you are done cutting it, you make sure that it aligns. So I'm just trimming off any excess. So that is what I'm doing. So you are going to cut two pieces of this. You are going to cut two pieces of this belt. That is the that is the main fabric and the one that you are going to use to um turn it. So this is how it will look once you are done stitching it. You are going to close up the smaller part, then both sides. The part that you are going to attach to the waist slash hip part is going to be open. So you just pull it out. Once you are done doing it, you just pull it out. I use another fabric, another jean fabric, a black jean fabric for the facing because I was not having enough fabric. So once you pull it out, this is what you are going to have. Please make sure to give it a good press. Make sure to iron it and just top stitch a little round it. You are going to top stitch round it. Just top stitch both the lining and the main fabric. So here I was done ironing it and this is how flat it's looking. So you are going to attach it to the waist part. You are going to attach it to the right hand of your waist part, the right side of your waist part. The next thing is to cut out a strap for the belt holder. My strap is 1 inch open, half inch unfold, and it's just 3 inches long. So you fold it, you double fold it, then stitch top stitch on it just to have your belt holder. So I double folded it, top stitched on it to have my belt holder. I've also
So what we are going
attached
to do next is
the
to get the belt
belt
holder.
to
Come
the
down by
waist
from this
part.
skirt waist, you
If
go down
when
by
you're
half
attaching
inch,
this belt,
then you
please
stitch like this.
from the
You turn it
waist
like this
part you
and
go down
stitch.
by half
Also
inch. You will start half inch
fold in a
before the
little
waist.
like
So
this
the next thing now
and
is
stitch
to
like this.
join it.
This
The
place, the
longer
first stitch is
part
going to
of
be
the
in,
skirt,
so you can just
the
fold it
place
in
that
like this and
the
top stitch
zipper
on it.
will be the longer part of
So
the
you're going to
skirt.
fold in and top
So you are
stitch.
going to fold
So you
this
can just
like
stitch
this.
inside then
Just
top
turn it the
stitch
way
on
you
this
turn
other
your
part. So I'll just do
neckline, your
that.
shoulder neckline. But I
So this
ended
is
up just
what I have
attaching
after
it
attaching
straight
it. This is what I
because
have.
it was folding up. So
Here is the part that you are not attaching the zipper, and here is the part that is going to have a zipper. So I've closed it, then opened it to the point that my zipper, like if I attach my zipper, it will pass through. So I'm here to measure what I have here, but this is the waist part. So you also close the down part. So once you close the down part, you are going to measure it for you to know the amount that you are going to pleat on. You measure it for you to know the length of the pleat that you are going to have. So I just put it like this. So I have 22. Then I have 22, 23. So the length of the thing, my plate is going to be 46 inches. So it's going to be 46 inches. And total length I have here is, so I'll not really need to pleat it much. The total pleat length that I have is, so the total length I have is 93. The total length I have is 93. So I'm here to fold it. You don't need to fold it. You have to leave it like this. It's after attaching it that you can fold it. So with what I have, I wanted to like, if you have enough fabric, I'm not going to take any measurements. I'm just going to be pleating it and be measuring it. But if you have enough fabric from here, you measure 2 inches. You'll be giving it 2 inches space, 2 inches until you get to the last part, 2 inches space. So you take how you're going to do it. You take from these 2 inches, you take it like this. So from this other 2 inches, you pleat it like this. So this is how the pleat is going to go. You're just going one side. You can make it so be coming towards you or be going now. So this is what you're going to have. 2 inches space. I'm not going to give my any space. I'll just measure and until I get the 60, 50, sorry, 46. So I'm just going to do mine like this. So once you measure, you take this one, place on this one, you take this other one, place on this other one, you take it like this. This is where you'll be taking it until you get the length that you want. So I might take this 2 inches space. If it's not enough, I'll lose it and start afresh. So I'm giving 2 inches space until I get to the last part, then I'll just split it. So I'll just do that off camera and show you guys
Here I
what I
was
have
done
and how we are going to
attaching the
attach it.
zipper and
So
the
I've gone ahead to pleat
pleats,
it. I
and
had
this
to
is what I
add another
have. The
color of
skirt
ginger because
really
it was
came
not
out
enough, but it's not
beautiful.
that much.
I
I
removed
just
that
have
black
had to like
fabric that I
add
joined, and
to
I
one
had
side
to
of it.
like join
So I'm
some
going to
J.
bring my down
I
part
had
and
to
start
join
attaching.
some pieces of saved fabric.
So I'm
That's
going
why
to
I have that
start
design,
attaching
and
from
this
one
is the
end
bag
to the
that
other end. So I'm
I
starting from this
created
close
after
part
making the
because that is the
skirt.
part I'm
That's
going
why
to
the back is
end
now
it from. So I'll
flat. It
start and
was
attach it
folding
round.
out before.
So I'll just
So
go
this is
ahead,
what we
attach it
have,
round and
and
show you guys the
so
next thing.
this
Then
is
we'll
just
just
it.
hem it
It
and we are
came
done.
out really beautiful. So the next thing now, before folding it, the place that you attach your zipper, note that is the longer part that you attach your zipper. So that longer part that you attach to your zipper, you are going to shorten it again and connect it slantly to go to the shorter part. So because if you look at the thumbnail very well, that's what he did. But I shouldn't have done this because mine is already way too short. So doing this again made it shorter. So I went up by 1.5 inches. So I just slanted it to the other part just to make the other parts longer. So that is just the asymmetric form they created there. So once you are done with that, you just hem it once, you just fold it once, overlock it if you have an overlocking machine, and just fold it once, and we are done with this. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks for watching.